guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Yes, it has been a couple of months since I have released a video. I feel like I tend to disappear around this time period of the year, most years actually, just because of how busy I get, but also because this year I actually went on holiday for 2 weeks. So when I came back, I just was flat out with work again. I was seeing friends, I was at work pretty much 24/7, so I found that I had no time to film or even blog. I actually left my blog empty for a good couple of months, which I'm pretty disappointed about, but I couldn't really do much about either. I actually went to Vietnam, and I wanted to update you guys just a little bit about why I disappeared. As per usual, I always feel like I come out with videos just to explain what has happened to me. Enough rambling though, but today I'm going to be showing you guys the books that I read during the past 3 months, I think, which isn't that many. But let's get started. So I'm pretty sure I haven't done a wrap up on this book yet, but the first book that I want to show you guys is For Darkness Shows the Stars by Dana Peterfriend, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the first book in a duology, and the second book is actually a companion novel to the first book, which is why I haven't really read it yet. I really wanted to buy this purely because of the cover. Look how gorgeous the cover is. So you have the lovely girl there with all the stars, and like, I knew that it didn't have great ratings, but I still wanted to buy it because it would look good on my shelf, as well as to see what I would think about it myself. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 3.5 stars. I thought it was okay read. So basically, in this world, it is set in the future, but sort of with, I guess, past elements. The population is divided into two, so the reduced are actually humans in the past that were impacted by failed scientific experiments, I'm pretty sure, and you have the main character, her name is Elliot North, and she is part of more the elitist group where they are now looking after the world. But she realizes that they're actually human and they're not just reduced people or slaves, and she's trying to create a better world because her dad actually has the power. Obviously she has a romantic counterpart in this as well, and he is part of the reduced, and then it's just this whole entire drama from there. Like, I thought it was an okay read. Like, it was interesting in some parts, other parts it sort of dragged. I do think that it does raise good awareness around, I guess, class discrimination, judging people, all of that jazz, and it does execute it quite well, but like I said, it is a very average read. So yeah, I still do think that the cover is gorgeous, so that's why I'm keeping on to this one. And then I read the most anticipated Harry Potter and the Cursed Child parts 1 and 2, and this is the play that is written by John Tiffany and Jack Thorne, based on J.K. Rowling's book. I didn't give this a rating. I do have a full review to it, which I will leave a link to down below, just to let you guys know what I thought about it. Essentially, I feel like as a Harry Potter fan, it was something that I had to read, purely because I miss the world, but also just to see what the play is like. And I'm glad that they brought out this play for us to read so that I could understand what the play is like, because let's be real, I'm never gonna get to London in the next 2 years to watch the play. As a whole, I thought it was somewhat enjoyable. There are definitely problems that I had with it. As a reader though, I don't really read a lot of plays, so I guess that could affect the way that I felt about it. So I didn't give it a rating, purely because I haven't read a lot of plays, and I felt that it wasn't fair for me to give a rating on this based on a book rating type of scale that I have. So yeah, but do watch my review if you want to know more about what I thought about it. And then I went on holidays, and I tried to read a book on holidays, and it didn't happen. But when I got home, I picked up Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but this is actually one of my favorite books, probably in my top 5 books of all time to read. I picked this up again because I was sick of my reading slump, but I didn't know what to read, so I figured reading an old favorite was going to help. Basically, you get two characters, Will Grayson. They live separate lives, and one night they meet each other just really randomly, and then their lives I guess merge from there, and they learn things not just from themselves but also from the people around them. And it is one of the most, I guess, funny, meaningful, also very heartbreaking, and I feel like by the time that I read this again, I picked up on so much more. My favorite character in this is probably Tiny. Even though the book is about Will Grayson and Will Grayson, Tiny pretty much sums up everything in this book. Like with John Green, all of his books are well known, but I feel like this is one of the more, I guess, underrated novels of his, and I think it's well worth the read because I personally like it more than The Fault in Our Stars or Paper Town or Looking for Alaska. Yeah, that's the one. Definitely worth the read. And most recently I just finished The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, and I read this because the movie's out and I wanted to watch the movie. I am in two minds with this. Again, it's very similar to Gone Girl in the sense of the formula, the way it's written, the feeling to it as well. I liked it, I didn't like it. It was just one of those things where it could be a toss-up between 3.5 stars for me. Because even though the character is supposed to be written as one that's very, very flawed, that you're not supposed to like but you're inclined to like, I actually didn't like any of them at all. Whereas in Gone Girl, I did appreciate the characters. I found that they were quite creative, and maybe that's because I watched the movie and then I enjoyed the book more. So I feel like if I watched the movie for this one, it might have the same impact on me. I might enjoy the book more as well. I think the reason why I didn't really enjoy it as much is because I didn't like the way it was written. That's purely because of how I like to read things. The narrative of this is very self-centered almost. Each character has their own thoughts, their own feelings, so it's a very I guess limited view on the world. Very unreliable source to read from as well. I did find that the plot twist was actually quite surprising and sort of really creepy. Did not see that coming, so that's a great thing because when I read thriller I really want to be surprised. But I am holding out to see whether the movie will help me enjoy this book more, which is kind of weird, but I did find that happened with Gone Girl, so fingers crossed with this one. So those are the books that I read in the past 3 months. I only read 4 books, I know. That's pretty much my update for the month, guys. You leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite book was for October and what I should read next. Hopefully I get some good ideas. I hope you guys have a great day and I shall see you guys soon. Bye!